I'm not having a good day today. I just recorded this, this poem I'm going to read next, and I accidentally pressed the button on Explorer, which sent me backwards, and it lost everything that I recorded. So I have to take two, basically. It's called The Story of Depression. It's from, according to this, the 16th of November, although I don't know if that date's right. Was it 16th of November? I can't remember now. It was year 2000. The year is probably right, whether the 16th of March, whether the date's right, I don't know. All my poems are usually written on one day anyway, but what I mean is when you copy things from other things, it tends to lose the dates, and it only gives you the copy date as opposed to the original create date. So I don't know, it doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, let's hope I can correct these bits as I go along again. There is a story I feel time has made it necessary for me to tell, a story of despair and pain, a story of real life that has more credence to it than any told by me or others before me, that of the untold story of depression. Long time has since passed. The boy named Depression was born. He was young and gifted, a talented individual. They said he would go far. He would fly through grade school, collecting trophies and medals for all sorts of academic achievement. But one thing they did not say was that the world would kill him before his talent would be realized. Depression came one day a man, and that day he would regret all his life, for there came the time when consciousness would reveal its ugly colors of dark black and blue with shades of grey, the only palette he could choose. He woke that day and looked to the world and saw it as his young eyes had before. All the colors of the rainbows lay before him if you could get the right palette of life. He grew from day to day, earning more and more, educating his tiny little mind to the woes of mankind. He saw the wars, the famines, the famous, the lowly. He read of Wells, Marx, and Orwell. He then took a bright gasp from his lowly position, and saw the truth that had laid before him untold. He saw the cruelty that was the earth. He saw the low in the street begging for food, begging for mercy. He heard of the cruelness that one such beauty could create, that man was not an angel, but a devil in disguise, showing him many different lights in many different actions throughout an earth day. Depression took the pill of life, and saw man as they really were, and felt his first blow at the tender age of 13. Depression grew apart from the world. He found that others were willing, almost accepting, the cruelness that men would show. They would conjure tricks and call this politics. They would let boys and girls die hungry while they weighed in their hands the values of a piece of gold nugget. Depression opened his eyes wide, only to want to close them. Then every night sleep he would rush to dream of a better world. But soon these dreams would become nightmares, as they always eventually do. And so Depression had no escape but to wander about the world with a frown upon his face, and heavy tiny heart to heave about reluctantly as he breathed more cruel, poisonous air. Depression said a man one day told of his despair. He told of his despair, but this man, like others, told him, "Pull yourself together, young boy, pull yourself together." And this man, full of wisdom, he thought, dismissed such a problem as he would a dying Ethiopian. And so Depression went to a doctor to get an accurate diagnosis, but the doctor was none the wiser. For if he felt pain from a cut or a gash, or had cancer or some life-threatening illness or excruciating pain, if he had of these, he would be able to diagnose. But while he had something that affected the brain, inhibited it, poisoned it, while it was of this disorder, the doctor could do nothing more than laugh and tell him to go on his way. And now this story has come to an end, because Depression is still wandering the streets alone, with no help from nobody, because nobody will recognize it. They believe it is self-inflicted, but what they really don't know is it is the greatest pain that has infected the minds of many from time ago to tomorrow, and one day maybe help shall come their way, and rid the world of this illness, or better still, the cause. A cruel, uncaring, unsympathetic, shit-breeding, competition-building, self-centering, self-serving world. I love the end. There were a few mistakes in there that I corrected on as I went along, but yeah, that was good, wasn't it, eh? And yeah, obviously depression there was a character, but it was also talking about depression as such, but it was trying to suggest I think not only the ignorance that is shown by people, but also the very fact that depression, I think, is brought on a lot by the way the world is, a world that we all choose, which I've banged on about a million times, so I'm not going to go over it again, my theories of this and etc. But yeah, I like that. I hope you liked it too. There you go, the story of depression.